Madame, mademoiselle et messieurs, for your listening pleasure, I bring to you the musical duel you have all been waiting for. In this corner, the king of the pipes, the master of flow, Jean-Luc Bissoir. But he can rest on his laurels no more, for a challenger appears. Entraîne on the tracks coming for the attack. L'homme d'argent, StarTrain Silver. It is time to crack.
Of course, the problem is now with Nightmare gone, we know we never have to wait in the night to see if she's gonna come by and say hello. She's out there in the real world now, but that's okay, because we got things to do. If you watched last time, you know that the very first thing we're gonna do is talk to Scandelabra to try— No. Should open that again. I don't know why it closes. No, we all know the first thing we gotta do is we gotta bring it down with Jean-Luc.
Oh, you return to Lille Crapet.
I do. Also, I had a thought, because so before we've done stuff where like when he let me do this little intro first.
Tell him, are you prepared for his freestyle clash? Do you think your spectacle stats are high enough to face Jean-Luc?
I think they are, considering they're max. Let's crap Jean-Luc. Okay, well, I guess we're getting into it now. So, because like before we've had stuff where like his first things, I was just sort of answering it and being like, oh, which one do we want to pick? Or this one. And then last time I tried editing it so that like I cut out what like all of these choices were. And just tried to keep it going as one sort of like flow. And I'm thinking what I might do this time, and I don't know, like they both had, like, on the one hand I like showing the options because they're funny, but then I also like having it just sort of like, you know, all flow into one thing. What I might do with a little magic of editing is both. Well, I'll edit it so that you only hear it, the audio is one thing, and then I'll just like post the You'll see what I'm about to do. I'm smart, trust me. And you're like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You'll see it's a smart idea so that you can have all the audio flowing nicely together while still getting to see what the options are. Trust me, you'll love it. And with that said, let's actually get to it. I'll get this out of the way so I can actually cleanly edit the options in.
Okay. Do not worry. Lille Crapper, he takes pity on you. After all, not everyone is perfect like him. Jean-Luc will allow one mistake before you Jean-Luc. Come, Polcock.
Oh, thank goodness. No way I'm gonna smoke you and earn your love fair and square.
You think you are big, huh? You think you are a big man, or big woman, or whatever it is you identify as. Okay, have it your way. Lille Crapper will destroy you as you like it. C'est parti!
C'est parti!
Lille Crapper, he taught you cause he is the best, but this professing's over, now here comes his test! There's only one lesson that's left for this fool. It's time Jean-Luc taught you the meaning of school!
Oh, is that it? Oh, all you got? You keep on talking, big man, she don't get off the pie. I've been sitting here for 1,000,000 years and your basic rhymes got me more to tears. You act like you're too cool for school, no one hangs with you cause you're freaking weird.
Wow, okay. Wow, alright. I tried to take it easy, but you're reaching for a fight. When it came to me, it was plain to see that you barely understand. What can you expect from a human wreck that doesn't wash their hands?
He thinks that I'm dirty, he's getting so wordy, but he's just projecting this poor little birdie. He's feeling stagnation from his lonely station. Oh, so much frustration, if they could only see. Try a decoration, try some potpourri, because being from France is not a personality.
All these bravados, this brush with your rushing, this teeth you are gnashing, it's trash you're just slashing. Your ass ain't a match for this porcelain seat. Confess your defeat. I say, la vie, you're like a bull in a china shop trying to stop me.
Not a bull, but I am an animal. Ain't a set of rhymes that I can't handle. Without care, I am the hare, and bitch, you just a turtle. who sets his rhymes an inch high and tries to cause them hurdles. I run you in circles. I set the pace, I win the race, I leave you in the dirt. Oh!
You act like an ace, but that card ain't worth much. Even 4 of them aces can't beat a straight flush. Your meter, it's whack. Your rhymes, obtuse. I'm dropping a beat while you're dropping a deuce.
Like the French word for bird, got rhymes out the wazoo. I'm better than you, better than Jean-Loup. Oh, he knows that it's true. I'm performing a coup de grace. It's a faux pas to think he has a shot. He'll be sure to surrender when he sees what I got. He'll have to agree, I outshine him like chrome. When he's gone, he'll say, oui, oh, say, we're home.
Okay, the plumber's gloves are coming off. It is time for Lil Crapper to use his forbidden technique. The first person pronouns. Ahem. Fighting like a better butter, only an omega fish inside a net. You're only getting water smaller than a zat, and no chance for your vendetta. The letters and my bars are simply alphabeta. A, B, A, B, maybe a C, cause you can't beat me, and soon you'll see. Hit you with a triple it, then I go and triple it. If your rap slow as a bro, I'm gonna cripple it. Home run on every throw, you're always whipping it. I'm rolling in the dough, you're only wishing it. Every album always printing cash, faster than you wipe a dingle from your ass. Upturn the cistern, got a secret stash. Measure the treasure here that I've amassed. How you think I fund all those famous cave bills? I got more rolls of handles than toilet paper. More TPs and a Cherokee. Eventually they always mention me. All the honey see my money, wanna marry me, but he's funny that he doesn't pay alimony. Wordplay like lemony. Snick it. If I see a litter, you know I get to pick of it. Group against a shitter, you know I'm gonna pick it. Just got a pair of titters, I'm always in the sick of them. Either sick of city, guess what, bitch, I'm sick of them.
You're fast at both rap and securing your loss. An ass who grows on me more slowly than moss or a lichen. Although all your lines are like lightning, this shit's ahistorical, man, it's just frightening. The likening hurts, this blabbing the worst. He can't tell a tent from a cabin or yurt. Like a tree you will see that a mighty can fall, cause a Cherokee never used teepees at all.
Yeah, man, the Cherokee lived in, like, huts and cabins. Teepees were used by nomadic plains tribes.
No! Jean-Lou's lack of cultural knowledge about the great native nations of North America. It is his undoing. Again! You'd be surprised at how often this happens.
Jean-Loup regards you with a surprising tenderness. Could this be it? Have you finally gotten through to him?
Incroyable. After all this time, Jean-Loup, I have finally found the worthy opponent. My lead is off to you, fellow corrupter. I look forward to crossing our rapier wits in a battle of S-wordplay soon.
Have I earned that date, my lover?
I believe so. And more than that, you have earned my love.
Okay.
The only hobby Lil Crapper has is rap. Can we rap on the date?
Let's drop a beat.
Yes! Her face, she feels so flushed.
Yeah. Womp womp. Oh, that was fun. Not at all expected, or yeah, not how I expected the end would go, but all right. That's that. Yeah, I made the joke about let's go do this. Yeah, just kidding, right? I do kind of want to see if Scandelabra will tell us about our life. Oh wait, what am I? Here I'm like, Scandelabra, tell us about our missing. We haven't even talked to our actual new person that I said we had. Now, Sam said we'd get it in the mail. Whoops.
Are you thinking of leaving? It isn't anything to be ashamed of.
No.
It can be quite stifling.
Stay. No. Okay, so Sam theoretically sent us a Hirohime figure. Oh, never mind. I see it. I was about to go in and look at the Discord message. Found her. A figure of Hirohime from the anime Starlight Overheaders. Not a popular show, especially after one episode's flashing lights made a dog throw up onto a power outlet and burn a house down in Kyoto. Alright. You're ready to meet a new character like 42 episodes in?
Oh gosh, I'm late for school!
I
Is what I would say if I were your typical anime schoolgirl protagonist. But that's not who I am.
Okay.
My name is Hirohime, a college freshman entering Heart Ace Academy, the center of all things tennis.
But you still don't want to be late for tennis practice, do you?
Hiya!
Hiya.
Tennis athletes from all over come to Heart Ace to train and challenge each other to be the tennis star.
Yeah.
Right, Nekobaru?
Nekobaru.
Nekobaru. That was a lot. Is that a floating tennis ball, Cat?
Nekobaru.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here, let me start over.
I mean, technically our character should... I feel like especially because we've made references to Sam about... Like, we should have an option to be like, yes, I know who you are, because our character... We already selected that we knew.
Hi, I'm Hirohime, and this is my tennis ball cat, Nekobaru.
Let me have a guess. I'm guessing Nekobaru is gonna say...
I'm happy to answer any questions you have.
I thought he was gonna go, Nekobaru! He didn't. I guess I was wrong. No. I have a few. Don't think so. Seems pretty normal to me. I mean, we'll say have a few because, you know... Considering everything else in this game, it seems fine to me, but...
Go for it. I'm happy to answer any questions you have. What can I fill you in on?
Also, I mean, like, obviously we want to talk to her, but I really want to see who this voice actress seems very familiar, and I can't place it in my head. Now, what anime are you from? What's a tennis star? Nekobaru? I'm good, I get it. I mean, she said it already.
Starlight Overheaders, the anime. A magical girl sports anime with a single core of 12 episodes. Since most popular sports anime rely on teamwork and the power of friendship, the production committee felt like tennis had an unfair disadvantage of being depicted. The idea of a doubles team was considered, but the creator decided on adding the magical girl flair.
Yeah, as one does. But the animation wasn't great from what I remember. I love the magical girl trope, but... Okay, sure, there's your two options. Man, your anime sucked, it had terrible animation, or I love this trope are your two... Huh, I wonder what we should pick to be nice.
Me too. Girl power forever. But don't forget, those shows are for everyone.
That is true. I'm kind of surprised that you know you're from a show. You're a cool Yeah, actually... Well, I mean, I guess we'll find out by talking. So, is she the rep? Let me, you know, maybe she'll answer my questions before I ask them. So let's get through this first.
Well, I am an anime figure after all. We come with all the lore necessary. All you have to do is awaken our essences. Anything else?
Okay, so I guess that does it. So she's not the gestalt of the Hirohime character. She is the gestalt of the anime figure, which already knows who the Okay. That did answer my question. Thank you. Anyways, what's a tennis star?
The tennis star is the greatest tennis player alive and the hero of Heart Ace Academy.
What's the Heart Ace Academy?
The greatest tennis training school in the world.
Have you not been listening? This should be pretty obvious.
It produces the greatest players and crime fights.
Yeah, I mean, of course. Sounds busy. What do? Whack a 120-mile-per-hour serve at the bad guys? I mean, that would stop a lot of people in their tracks. I'll just say sounds busy.
You have to be if you want to be a symbol of peace and inspiration to future tennis players.
I was just thinking about trying to somehow incorporate and make a joke. of doing Vash from Trigun's like Love and the Peace, and I was gonna try, and I'm like, wait, I don't need to alter that any because love is already that the pun already works. Just saying Love and the Peace works as a pun already without me having to alter it. The moments, they just fall into my lap.
That's why I have to keep training.
All right. Are you good at tennis? Are you good at fighting crime? I mean, presumably yes and yes, but...
Try something funny and find out. Just kidding.
Just kidding. Except I'm not.
Or am I? Anyway, the previous tennis star mysteriously disappeared, so everyone has been training for their spot. But they won't beat me. I hope these are helping.
Yes. Anyways, tell me about Nekobaru.
Yup, Nekobaru.
Nekobaru.
Nekobaru!
Nekobaru.
Never mind.
Okay.
Nekobaru.
I have a feeling I've got no choice.
You're super good at feeling things. Battle court activate!
Paddle court? Am I gonna die?
No, but you might get served. Okay, here it comes.
I feel threatened. I mean, like, look at that. How is that? Like, that's a threatening pose right there.
Hope you're ready.
So am I in the anime now? Wait, how did this racket get in my hand? Let's do this. You know what? Let's do this. It doesn't matter if we're in the anime. It doesn't matter how I got the racket. Fuck it. Just go along with it. Let's do it.
Galaxy Arts Starlight Smash!
Uh-oh, I am about to die. Just wham! And then the ball just... Like, huh, I used to have a shoulder.
How are you gonna return that?
Run towards it with forehand. Run towards it with a backhand. Back up, wait for the ball. Just swing and pray. Okay, so she's smashing it. So it's going like... Meow. Run forward with a forehand. No. Backhand, maybe. Back up, wait for it. I think backhand. Run towards it with backhand.
Maybe if you had enough practice, but you forgot the most important thing in tennis.
What's that?
Your footing.
Is it gonna be something actual or be like having magical powers?
The Starlight Smash cracks through the air and strikes her foe in the torso. And that's my point.
Ow. I think my rib's broken.
Come on, you gotta shape up, partner. But I guess we can call it here for today. I'm gonna go run laps around the house.
Of course you are.
Catch you around, Kay?
Yeah, bye.
Oh, and don't forget your cooldown stretches. Sayonara. Come on, Nekobaru.
Nekobaru.
Nekobaru. Well, that was in fact a thing. Okay, but who is you? Well, I mean, sure, your new stuff. Hirohime. Voiced by Stephanie Shea. Why do I know that? Yeah, it's weird because okay, so the thing of like, why do I recognize her voice? It's very interesting because first of all, you recognize her voice too, most likely, because like IMDb, she has 690 entries, right? She's done a lot of voices, very big name voices too. Like this is. Like, for instance, she is, like, Hinata in Naruto Shippuden. She's Orihime in Bleach. She's Sailor Moon in the Viz Media redub of Sailor, like, which is very funny, considering, you know, Hirohime. Yeah, like, Little Witch Academia, Kaon, Eureka 7, X-Men. She's in, like, Your Name. She's in Furikuri. But the thing is that she's, like, for all these anime things, she's doing the English version of voices, and since I usually, like, there's very few, I mean, not that I'm a super big anime connoisseur, but of the ones I watch, I usually watch them subtitled, except like Ghost in the Shell. And so it's, like, weird, because, like, I know I recognize her voice, but, like, all of her biggest roles, I wouldn't recognize her for. But she's also in, as I said, she has 690 entries. Like, she has a lot of additional voices in video games. just all across the board type of games, and so it has to be one of those that I'm like, I know this voice. It's just really funny that, like, I know this voice, and all of her, like, big superstar voices are ones I'm like, nope, don't know her from that. I'm like, nope, don't know her from that. Like, I mean, yes, I know who Hinata is in Naruto, but, like, I know the Japanese voices for that, so, like, that's just kind of funny. It's like, I know you're a super big star, and I know your voice, but I don't know you from your super big roles. I know you from your, like, additional voice roles, which is kind of funny. That's all. Oh, I didn't even read her thing. I got so busy looking at Stephanie Shea. So you met Hirohime, a college freshman entering Heart Ace Academy, the center of all things tennis, and her tennis ball cat companion, Nekomaru. She's the star of Starlight Overheaders. She's trained to become the tennis star, the greatest tennis player alive, who also fights crime. Come train with her again soon. Starlight Smash! Hirohime is the protagonist of Starlight Overheaders. Hirohime is energetic, goofy, and overly positive in an endearing way. Well, at least that's what the animators hoped. She carries her magic tennis racket, which invokes her transformation between sports hero and average college student. Her goal is to become the tennis star, the best tennis player and hero of Heart Ace Academy. Hirohime trains diligently every day in order to achieve her goal. She's an underdog after all, and she knows. She likes tangerines, cake, tennis practice, dislikes giving 50 to 99%. Also, it's too bad. I was going to point it out during the conversation. You'll see it next time, during the conversation. And then I'm like, oh, I'll just do it when they show her picture here. Her cat ear tennis sock thigh highs are very cute. Oh, there you go. The one I take that there. Look at that. That's adorable. Like, oh, I want some cat ear tennis. No, I don't. No. First of all, no one wants to see that. You like, ugh. No one wants to see super hairy fat guy legs and in thigh-high cat ear tennis socks, but it is adorable. What am I doing now? Oh. Okay, I will talk to Scandelabra. Right. Talk to Scandelabra one more time. And if he does not tell us where this other person is, I will just look them up right now. And we'll realize him next time. Scandelabra next time.
Shall we take a look at that
No.
dex of yours?
Let's do it now. Just stopping by. Yeah, this one he doesn't...
Stop by any...
Yeah, okay, so he's not gonna tell us. So, for the sake of, like, you know, we actually want to, finish sometime, and we, you know, as a content creator, it's like, oh no, I'm looking up a no, not main menu, data dex. Like, oh no, I'm looking up a spoiler. Yeah, you know, some things you don't want to look up spoilers for, like, you know, my first variety thing when I did Tunic, right? Like, that's a game I'm glad I did unspoiled. You know, like, knowing the story that we were doing for Tactical Breach Wizards. Again, don't want to be spoiled on that. I'm glad we played it blind. Learning where a character is, I'm okay. I'm okay looking this up. Date, everything. Character 71. Okay. So, unlike Hirohime, this is just someone I did not talk to, but again, I'm glad I looked them up because like, unless I went, like, inch by inch scouring everything, I would not have checked this. Again, because there is no reason for me to go in here. Because we're done in this area. The teddy bear is who we're missing. And actually, now that I think about it, like, I remember seeing this teddy bear the first time we came in this closet, and I think the reason why I never checked it was because, again, this is a while ago, but I think I remember assuming that it would count, which, I mean, now that I know, I'm like, oh, right, that makes sense, but because we did, like, the elephant towel, like, thing, and all of, what is it, Tyrell, right? Was that his name? Tyrell? I think that's right. I don't know. I gotta check. Am I going crazy? Is that your name? Starts with a T, doesn't it? Yeah, Tyrell. Okay, so I was right. Yeah. I just was like, oh, cute, fuzzy animal thing led to Tyrell. And so when I first came into this room, my guess and what I maybe sort of vaguely remembering is just thinking like, oh, cute little elephant thing was Tyrell, bear must be Tyrell. Which of course doesn't make sense because it's not made of towels, so obviously that, if that is what I was thinking, that's wrong. But I think that's why I never checked it. But I'm glad I just looked that up because, you know, if Scandalabra's not gonna tell it. Like, I wish Scandalabra had mentioned it and had said, like, ooh, this stuffed animal or something, because then I'd be like, oh. But I'm okay that I looked at, because there's no reason I would have come into this closet. Because it's like, Dunk, who's done. And if I was gonna talk to Dunk again, I'd just talk right here. And then there's, you know, the box of decorations. But if I'm gonna talk to Holly, this is the default one I think of for Holly. So yeah, there would have been no reason that I would have come in here unless I started scouring every object. So I'm glad I checked. And I'm sure you're glad I checked too, because now we get to meet the other person.
There's something so intensely familiar about the cuddly stranger standing in your closet.
Hi, stranger, that I don't know your name is Teddy yet.
The combination of his massive stature and the soft materials he wears produces an almost irresistible urge to hug him. And the aura of safety he emanates certainly doesn't help.
I mean, but it helps me want to hug him, and he's all big and fuzzy and fluffy.
Well, well, well. Aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Yeah!
Achievement. Caught them all. Awaken all base game. Yeah. I was gonna say collectibles. That's not the datables. I mean, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Am I? Well, thank you. I'll let you say that to everybody. Just thank you.
You are very welcome.
Yeah, I hug you. You're fuzzy looking.
You are so kind to express your gratitude like that. I feel like that's a bit of a lost art these days. To be honest, it's just so nice you can really feel your gratitude. It feels good. It's one of my favorite things. Right behind fresh hot chocolate, warm in a mug in my hands.
Sounds good. Not that it's super cold anymore. It was over the weekend. It got very cold again, but, like, I could go for some hot chocolate, right? But I don't have any. I'll take a water break instead. You take a water, hot chocolate, whatever break. So long as you're hydrated, that's what counts.
Oh, and munching on a big bowl of popcorn. Ooh, and going for a beautiful, long, slow meander out in the fresh air and taking deep breaths and listening to the trees.
I like the concept of that. Again, as anyone who's ever watched anything on this channel will know, if I tried to do that in real life, she'd be like, we're out here in the forest, take a deep breath. And then I'm like, asthma, I can't breathe. Yeah. My mind likes nature, my lungs do not.
There's a lot to love around us, huh?
But yes, within the sense of the video game, that sounds lovely.
What are some of your favorite things?
Oh, hot chocolate, no contest. Oh no, haven't thought about it. Nah, hot chocolate.
Ha! There you go. I must have made hot chocolate 100 different ways in my life, and every time, it's just the best.
I mean, I'm glad you're enthusiastic. I've made hot chocolate 100 times in my life, and not every time has been the best. Some are certainly better than others.
I think at this point I might be mostly made of hot chocolate. Not that I'm complaining. It makes sense that I would be warm and delicious. Tell me, what brought you around to see me?
You're the last dateable, and I needed to date what I meant is, at first I gotta ask, is it weird that we're talking in a closet? Nothing, actually, I didn't know you were in here. I get it. Where's the option back? Because I wanted to meet you? Because I wanted to talk? Okay, but I gotta ask, is it weird we're talking in a closet?
Not at all. Not for me, anyway. Closets are some of my favorite rooms in a house. Get a good cozy blanket, a candle, and close that door, and you've got a perfect little cocoon. A little nest of peace and safety.
That's cute.
You're welcome to share mine. Or we can sit on the bed and talk. I'm comfortable in either place. And no matter where I am, I'll always be happy to be with you. I'll leave it up to you. Where should I go?
You can stay in here. I don't need you out. I think bringing you into bed with me would be nice. How about on the dresser? Ooh, yeah. Let's put more stuff there.
Closer to you? I love it. So now that we're all comfy, how about a good bit of wisdom?
Absolutely.
Being that it's daylight out, I got some advice to give you.
Uh-huh.
For me, it's advice in the daytime, stories at night. Want to hear some advice?
Ooh, also might be someone worth talking to a bunch even when we get their ending. Yeah, all right, let's give some advice. Yeah, sure.
So, you know how you don't like to burp in public?
Sure.
And nobody likes to fart in public.
Okay. I mean...
The trick is to get everyone who's around you when it happens to be on your side. And one of the best ways to create a good team is through humor. So, you will burp. And when you do, own it. And with a big smile on your face, say, "Oh my goodness! Did anyone else hear that big barking spider?"
I like, so his line was, did anyone else hear that big barking spider? But the text is, did anyone see that big barking spider? Which is a lot. I mean, his way is funny too. It's like, you know, blup, and you're like, did anyone hit? Like, you know, you're making a joke out of it. But the text thing being wrong in this just isn't even. You like burp, and everyone looks at you, and you're like, big barking spider. Sure, I can do that.
And now, for the big enchilada.
I do like enchiladas.
When you fart in public. Oof. You gotta own that too. Look up boldly, bravely, and say, "The dog did it."
I don't like talking about this stuff. Okay, the dog did it.
Whoa! Did you let one out just now? I'm kidding, buddy.
Okay. Interesting. Actually, you know what? Hey, we're here. Speaking of back, I'll never need to come in here because we're just gonna, like, if we, you know, when we realize Dunk, it'll just be right here. So let's realize Dunk right here.
Hey, hey, hey! If it ain't the MVP! You know, I was thinking about you when I was training. You feel like working up a good sweat with me?
Oh, I do, but I'm ready to realize you, Dunkaroo.
Dude, what? Really?
Yeah, I'm drafting you into the Human League.
Can Dunk go all the way? Yeah!
The spectral energy flows through your Dateviators, and what was once merely sports equipment becomes...
As I said, like, it's always the spectral energy flows through the Dateviators, and what was once merely blank becomes. But, you know, I figure once per recording sesh, we should listen to the whole thing. All right, and here you go. Up.
Whoa!
Dunk's newly human body somehow radiates even more sweet cheer and bottomless energy. A frankly superhuman feat. But this man is, well, all man. Tangible and so wholly real.
Oh, real.
He sweeps you up into his strong arms, tossing you into the air and catching you so easily, you'd almost think the two of you had switched roles. You're pretty sure you're still human, though.
Whoa, take it easy. If you're gonna toss me around like that, at least do it in bed.
Oh, I can do that.
Dunk's newly human body is a true work of art. It may be new to him, but his stamina and strength belie his inexperience. There's little doubt that his previous athleticism has come with him to this new form. Dunk works you out with enthusiasm and unbridled desire. He's the same sweet man you've come to know, ever respectful of your limitations, but in this setting, he is near insatiable, putting his new body through its paces with a primal sort of drive. He lavishes you with sweet kisses in the morning, torn between heading out into the world to explore the wide array of human sports and exercise, or staying by your side. But eventually, sports wins. Dunk is true to his word, giving absolutely every sport he can get his hands on a shot. Videos of him absolutely dominating some local amateur sports game go viral just about every week. But every time the offers come in for him to turn pro, he turns them down. adamant that he's not in it for the money or fame. Dunk finds his groove coaching high school sports, thrilled for the chance to teach youngsters about the joys of good sportsmanship and playing only to have fun. His teams have yet to win a single game, but he and the kids couldn't be happier.
It just solidifies. Dunk is amazing. Dunk is great. He's just a great dude. Yes, I see I've got a thing. David Most, what do you got to say? If you want your glasses back, too bad.
Valdivianites, it's me, David Most. And today, just call me your Chief Endearing Officer. I realized that with all of the focus on finding my missing glasses, which are still missing, I haven't been putting enough focus on you, our beloved employees. Well, today, that changes. To show each and every one of you just how integral you are to our annual net earnings, I've decided to send you all 1.4 ounces of chocolate-inspired Munchables. Yummers! Your chocolate will be delivered shortly by Valdivian drone to your place of residence. Oh, and if the drone starts to surveil your residence like it's searching for something, like, oh, let's say glasses, for instance, do not be alarmed. That's totally normal drone activity that all chocolate delivery drones definitely do. Say that 3 times fast. But in all seriousness, don't, as that would waste valuable company time.
Get bent, David Most. Get bent. Also, because, like, yeah, I mean, you got your teddy bear in your bed, like, oh, that's super cute, but look at that. Both new people, side by side. So I can just be like, boop, boop. That said, I'm going to wait till night and hear a story this time, rather than, do advice.
Morning!
Hi.
Nekobaru.
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 So, I was thinking about our match we had.
Mm-hmm.
Not only are you out of practice, but you're out of shape, too.
Am I? Kristoff said the same thing and sent me on a training regime. Dunk said the same thing and sent me on a training regime. Like, how many more people are gonna be like, man, you are sure out of shape? Like, yes, I wasn't able to counter your magic-powered, like, smash hit, but I don't have magic powers. Come on. In fact, I just had my physical, like, 2 days ago in real life. I mean, and to be fair, like, I might not be as bad as they're saying, but, you know, I'm still a big fat guy. That didn't change in 2 days, so, okay, point taken. Gee, thanks.
While tennis is a great cardiovascular activity, you've got to increase your stamina to keep up.
Because I have actually played tennis, so that'd be a lie if I said I've literally never played tennis. As that, I like badminton more, but I have played tennis.
So, let's start with a warm-up exercise.
Can I opt out? You can't scare me. I almost won the Presidential Fitness Award in 4th grade. No, I did not. I remember doing those presidential fitness, like, things back in elementary school, and I was terrible at them, except... I forget if I've told this story on stream before or not, so I'm going to tell it again. If you already heard it, good for you. So, again, like, right now, I'm a big old fat guy, right? As a kid, I was a super scrawny, like, skeletally thin kid. The one thing I was very good at is, for those who have not done the Presidential Fitness Award type things, like, they test various, you know, it's like, how fast can you run a mile, or, like, go a mile, and, like, this bend, like, what's your, you know, how far can you stretch, blah, 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 blah. One of the tests, though, was... it's sort of like a chin-up. You don't actually do chin-ups or pull-ups. I mean, they did do those too, but they had a thing where you grab a bar and you start with it, getting my mic stuff, you start with it held above, like, pretend here's the bar, and you hold it, you know, like this, so that your chin is above it and you see how long you can hold like that. And I was very good at that because I was so skinny, I had, like, no body mass. And so I was able to just be like, I'm hanging here indefinitely, baby. So yeah, that was the one thing of the Presidential Fitness Award, like, tests that I was good at.
Almost. That's probably not good enough. Battle Court, activate! Okay, we'll be doing sidestep running drills.
All right. What's sidestep running?
Stand parallel to the baseline and start moving laterally down it.
Okay.
Once you reach one of the sidelines, come back to the start and go again till the next sideline. Repeat until you've made it back and forth to the end. Remember, your movement should feel natural and bouncy.
But I'm terrible at running in any direction. I have a medical kit. Literally. My leg is... I was born with a weird leg. That's not like it's just a joke or me being like, ah, like, no, literally, quite literally in real life, I was born with a weird leg thing. So like, I can do like bicycling, swimming, that's all well and good, but I'm walking and running, I'm not very good at it. I mean, I'm fine, but I'm not. What's this supposed to help with? I can feel it. I'm a bouncing baby tennis star.
More like a future zygote. But we'll get there. Doing this before every game will help improve your feet's reaction time.
Tennis isn't just about swinging good. I'm really feeling like I might be a natural at this.
I'm so proud. Don't lose pace. Come on, just do a few more. You're almost there.
Okay.
And done. All right, take a breather.
Nekobaru.
Thanks for the water, Nekobaru. You're a pretty good coach, you know that?
Well, don't let Principal Saibancho know. He'll put me in charge of running drills.
Oh, that Principal Saibancho.
All right, let's do some stretches. 1, 2, 1, 2.
What? I can't really... I can do this. I can do it over. The problem is, like, my mic is here in the way. Can't really stretch all that well here, but 1, 2... Also, those are fast stretches. Normally, like, you hold a stretch for, like, a count of 10. Not, you're like, all right, cross your arm. 1, 2. Cross your other arm. 1, 2. No wonder she's not in charge of drills. Gotta give it a longer count, lady.
Great job. But now, faster than you could have imagined. It's game time. So what do we do first?
Start swinging. Take a selfie with my racket. Adjust my footing.
Right. Assume the ready position.
Ah!
Okay, here we go. Galaxy Arts 5% Starlight Smash.
Approaching forehand shot, approaching backhand shot. Okay, well if it's 5% and it's just kind of... I get forehand that one.
Well done. Time for me to announce my next attack. Galaxy Arts, take the advantage now shot.
Approach the net and volley. Approach the net. Tap the ball in. Step back and swing. Volley.
How bold. But let's see how you handle this. Galaxy Arts, pierce the heavens lob. The rival froze. You're the rival, by the way. Sorry.
Okay.
They had never experienced a shot like this before.
Never experienced any of these shots before.
The ball arced perfectly towards the heavens, eclipsing the sun. Aren't we in an indoor court, they thought? And why is she narrating my thoughts? None of that matters. What matters is how I follow up a slow-moving, easy-to-hit, falling target like this.
Overhead smash. It's like a spike or dunk. You should blast that ball. Yeah, let's just keep with the overhead
That's
smash.
right. I should smash it back. But wait, why is she at the net? Why is she trying something so risky? Is this the semi-supernatural part of a sports anime? The protagonist's not so unrealistic superpower to show that they're special? Is all this too much expositional dialogue, or does the player not watch enough anime? You should have kept me back at the baseline. Because up at the net, my reactions are sick. Galaxy reaction, super volley counter cannon! And just like that, the match is over. 60 points scored in a single counterattack.
I don't think that's how tennis works, but okay.
Woohoo! That was a great rally.
I mean, that you're having fun. So, yeah, honestly,
Let's call it for today. Your footwork already improved so much during that match.
thank you. I'm exhausted. My ribs, again, you know, I feel great.
Yay! Let's close out with a light cool-down jog while we chat. So, what kind of anime protagonists do you like following? I'll take an underdog klutz over an overrated chosen one any day.
I don't really like watching anime that much. The overpowered isekai hero with zero personality and a harem. Depressed person whose life keeps getting worse and I can't look away. The protagonist that's actually an adult for once.
Seriously, why is it always about high schoolers? Those shows are always such a breath of fresh air. Well, I hope my journey still holds up to whatever new series you're into. I can't see why not.
I can't see why not.
After all, I'm going to be the next tennis star.
So I've heard. You know, in the last episode of your show... Are you sure?
Did you say something?
No. Wait. Wait. Do we... Okay, so presumably she doesn't become the tennis star. So is that something we want to tell her, or do we keep encouraging her to, like, follow her? Because, like, on the one hand, I could see it being bad, like, you knew the whole time and you didn't tell me. Like, you were just, like, sucking up to me, right? Like, that could be bad. But, as she said, she is not Hirohime. Specifically, she is the figurine of Hirohime. So, like, she could become the next 10. Like, you know, just because the character in the anime didn't, doesn't mean, like, so... I think for now, we don't mention it. Well, especially because you're not telling her directly. You're just like, I have a bad feeling. I think we stay positive for now, but if she brings it up directly in the future and is like, do you know something? Then we won't lie about it.
Yosh! I'm gonna head out then.
I'd hate to get to, like, we found the last two characters and I fuck everything up, but I think that's the play, is to stay positive and be like, yeah, you can be the tennis star. But then if she specifically is like, does my character become the tennis star? Since it sounds like she doesn't, then you're just like, no.
Don't forget to get some good food and rest. Taking care of yourself is also part of tennis training. Sayonara!
Something feels off.
Nekoboru.
Ekubaru knows something's off, too. Interesting plot development. Oh, yes. I was gonna say something, and then I got sidetracked by trying to figure out what I should do. And, like, thinking about, like, well, what's gonna be better? Is it gonna be this. What I was gonna say, also, is I feel like her tennis match is very similar to when I was, I don't know, this one time I was playing cards with a 4-year-old, where she was very much just kind of like, you know, just like putting cards down randomly and then being like, I win, and then occasionally you win, and you know, you just kind of go along with it. And she's just like, Superhead over Smash, the rival's never seen anything like this before, and you're like, okay, sure. Like, I don't know what's going on here, but okay, sure. Anyways, I said Scandelabra because you are no help in your scandaling. I guess I could wait till we... Yeah. I was gonna get... They said I'd get them, but, like, I could, like, see at least what they say if I get a love ending with either Teddy or Hirohime. Oh, right, or Hoove and Parker I gotta still redo, but, like, maybe I do them after we deal with the two we're already working on.
Well, if it isn't the coolest kid this side of the polar ice caps. What have you been up to? Whatever it is, I bet it is as awesome as you.
You deserve to be realized.
Do you mean I'm gonna be realized?
Yeah.
Well, this is better than a food fetch 2-for-1 special. Are you ready to do it now?
I am right. And see, before I was always just like, what'll their human counterpart look like? And now, having seen Nightmare, it's what will their human counterpart look like, or will they even actually be human? Will he still be just a Yeti? I'm very curious. You bet. Let's see it.
Let's turn this beast into a real monster.
The spectral energy flows.
And there you go. He is, in fact, a beast. Which, you know... Yeah, actually, with the purple... And it's probably intentional, but like with like the velvety purple cape, he's giving off very big Beauty and the Beast vibes, which, let's be fair, everyone agrees. If you think back to the Disney, you know, movie, yeah, the animated one. We're not talking about live action remakes or anything. You know, you think back to the animated Disney movie, everybody agreed that the Beast looked better as the Beast than his human form. Like, no one has ever said otherwise.
Freddy towers over you at his full height. You might have thought realizing him would make him human, but now he's a greater, more majestic version of his Yeti self.
I see that. You know, I made the joke with Titus. We can make it with Freddy too.
Move over, Bigfoot. Freddy is here. And I look pretty great, if I do say so myself.
Yeti power, give me 5. You look incredible. I'll just go put a blanket on the bed for all the fur.
Whoa, you're so smart.
Freddy looks at you like he means to devour you whole. He snatches you up into his strong embrace.
Let's get to it.
You know it, Big Butt Fred Titus. I can't even say his name. I'm laughing. Going, Aru. Ah, some things you just didn't expect, and here they are.
You and Freddy do things that tabloids could only dream about. And the imaginings of a great many splendid artists online as well.
Aru.
Goodness, I didn't know a Yeti could sweat this much.
Intimidated as you might be by a beast of Freddy's size, your natural stamina kicks in. Your evening provides ammunition for your fantasies for years to come. Shortly after being realized, Freddy began to notice he was the only monster around.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't realize you and Nightmare at the same time.
Armed with curiosity and a desire to find his heritage, he traveled far away in search of answers, and those like him. He ate his way across towns and cities, often in disguise. Even though he used the greatest discretion, he still saw his photo in a few tabloids.
At least they can never get a clear picture of me.
Once he reached the Salty Mountains, he trekked for days to the summit. The snow and wind were harsh, but he found the frosty hike to be rather pleasant. He built a log cabin up there, unpermitted, though the locals knew it would be unwise to ever ask him for one. Though some say they have seen a food fetch delivery truck making many more trips to the Salty Mountains than normal.
Oh, there goes our Freddy, all grown up. Great. So we got a couple more before we talk to Teddy again in the night. Who do we want to do now? Well, you know what? We got Muscle Dunk. We got Big Ol' Yeti. Like, I guess, you know, this is for those of you who want the big muscle people. This is your episode to eat up, because you know what? We got Big Yeti. We got big, you know, Dunk muscle stuff. How about we get Shelly and Dasha while we're at it? We're going strong today.
Hey, cutie, here for a hug?
You ready to realize you, Shelly?
Oh, what? Me?
Oh, wow. Interesting, just 50 across the board. Yeah, you, I'm ready now.
Come on, Shelly. Let's get in one last set.
The spectral energy flows through you.
Yeah!
Nice tats. Here you go. I mean, not that I was really in the way for that one. It's just, kind of just the side of her arm there, but like her tattoos. Love yourself.
Oh my god. I feel stronger than I did before? Like, it's not even about these muscles. Getting away from that damn wall. I feel like I could hold up the entire world now.
I bet you could, honestly. I got something else you could hold up, baby.
For the first time, you see a mischievous gleam in Shelley's eye.
I just... Nah, it's... Also, I'm getting so distracted. But both my dirty joke I was already thinking, and then I'm just looking, I'm like, oh, she's got knuckle tats that say book. But I'm just thinking, like, oh yeah, you want me to hold which part of you? And then you're just like, no, I don't mean that. I mean uppies. Give me uppies.
Ooh, baby. I'm gonna twist you up like a pretzel.
And twist you up like a pretzel she does. Shelley's new human form comes with boundless strength, endless stamina, and an eagerness to fold you into positions you never knew your body could achieve. Shelley is the happiest you've ever seen her. Without the fear of falling weighing her down, she's a fantastic time. Shelley absolutely crushes it on the bodybuilding circuit, making a splash with her debut. But simply being strong is not enough to keep her happy. Realization hits her when she's at the library, browsing the self-help books. The shelves in the library make Shelley feel at home.
These shelves have seen so much. And they never get tired of doing their work. And the books they hold help other people find their happiness. Oh, I gotta be a part of this!
Shelley becomes known around town as the Swole Librarian, or the Swolebrarian, using her impressive muscles to stock books with ease and point patrons in the direction of their desired titles.
Yay, libraries! Woo!
She still wrestles with the fear of failure from time to time, but the scent of books and the silent strength of the library bookshelves always reassure her.
I also have to say, I like when, I like that there's a variety of stuff. Like, right, sometimes there's, like, you know, Dunk is, like, he becomes, you know, real, and he becomes a human, and he tries out all the sports, but then, like, okay, but he goes on to, like, coach kids. But, you know, and, like, Mitchell, you know, eats a lot of food, becomes a food critic, opens a restaurant, that fails, becomes a critic of crit. Okay, so it continues on a theme. I like when there's a slight twist, you know, like, again, like, Jacques is a captain. That's what he does. So, like, I like that's, like, okay, but, you know, her thing is, like, she's super strong, she becomes a bodybuilder, but then, like, as a human, she realizes that she's actually, like, into books, and so, like, becomes a librarian. You know, like, I mean, obviously, the funniest one was Lucinda, where she's like, I'm gonna be a nun. Like, hey, good for you. But, like, I don't know, I like that twist that not everyone stays to their... Like, you know what I mean, right? Like, they're not, like, new character, but, like, they're adjacent to what they were, but not fully, you know. Some people are Jacques. Jacques is a captain through and through. He was a captain as an object. He's a captain as a person. But then there's people like Shelley who are like, yeah, being strong and a bodybuilder like type is kind of who I am, but isn't all who I am, and so I go in a different direction. And I like that there is a mix between the two.
Ah, there you are, my beloved.
Strong time, strong time. Uh-oh. You know, I want to realize you, but what's wrong?
Oh, nothing. Sometimes I just feel as if there's something missing in my life. But that is not on you. You are my angel. I just wish I knew what is making me feel this way.
I'm sorry to hear it. Can I cheer you up?
Seeing you is enough. But hug and kiss might help.
Come here, then.
Dasha pulls you into a hug that warms you from head to toe, pressing a soft kiss to your lips.
Ah, wonderful. Thank you. You always calm storm in my mind and heart.
It is my honor, Dasha.
Now go, before I melt into puddle.
Aw. Well, I mean, I'll talk to her again to see if we continue that long. I mean, because something's bothering her. I'd rather help her out first rather than be like, I'll make you human. That'll make you better. But, you know, if it's just sort of the same thing, then, like, okay, well... Like, you know, maybe that's part of, like, because we didn't do the thing with Abel, and, like, that sort of got cut off, and... So it could be that, and if so, I don't really want to get into it, because, as we know from, like, Watford and Drysdale... Like, things get a little screwy if you're missing a flag on, like, between two people, because, like... Drysdale's just like, oh, if he apologized, I'd take him back, and Watford's like, he'll take me back! But I can't actually get them to go together because something is missing somewhere. And, like, if it is a thing between her and Abel, like, I don't want to, like, break stuff because we're missing a flag. So it's like, if that's the case, like, well, sorry, but you're going to be a human now, and now you won't care.
Oh, this one. This is the biggie, buddy. It's a good one.
All right, tell me a story. I can't wait. Spin me a yarn, you're the teddy man. Spin me a yarn tonight.
The Great Constructing of Beaver Proudtail.
All right.
It was very early in the morning, one cold and foggy day, a very long time ago. Young Beaver Proudtail was walking quietly and efficiently through the dugout tunnels of his den, his trusty stick tucked confidently under one arm. It was at this time every morning that the young beaver made his rounds, through the whole den where his colony lived, and then up and out the riverbank, where the world he knew, the world he vigilantly protected, met the strangeness of outside.
I didn't look at Teddy. I'll look at the Teddy's Datedex after that.
His large tail balanced him expertly as he climbed the long entrance tunnel to the surface, occasionally using his dignified stick in an undignified manner to scramble up the pathway. As he heaved himself out onto the bank of the river, Beaver's attentiveness grew even more acute. It was dangerous to be outside alone. The Great War with the colony across the river had been going on for as long as he could remember, and a fair bit of time beyond that. It seemed like there had always been the war. He couldn't remember any outright battles or even any scrappy skirmishes, but they were definitely at war. He was sure of it. For a moment, he almost asked himself what the war was even about. But he forgot to finish the question. He was very young, after all, and what did it matter? The colony was on the other side of the river, and beavers didn't even cross rivers. He smartly tucked his stick back under his arm and began his patrol. So many steps this way, a scrutinizing scan, and so many steps back. But today, something was different. On the other bank of the river, through the fog, he heard the distinctive sounds of battle. "On guard, ye scum-footed knave," the voice cried. "Defy me at your peril." The sounds of the wood clanging against wood echoed through the fog. "Hey-ya! Pow! Bing, bang, boom! Who goes there?" shouted Beaver, his heart in his little throat. As an answer, he heard a young and high-pitched yelp. "Ah! My name is Builder. Hi?" "Hi." It was all Beaver could manage. He was talking to another creature, a stranger, and a stranger from across the river at that. How many times had the Colony Council, the denizen, warned him about the dangers of this? It was strictly against the rules, and Beaver had always followed the rules. "Hi!" The voice came careening back across the water. "What's your name?" Beaver heaved a deep breath. Whoever this builder was, Beaver was not going to be shown less brave than he. "I'm Beaver. Beaver Proudtail." "Well, hello, Beaver Patton. Builder Jumpfoot's my name. I'm playing at war. Want to join me?" "I most certainly do not," cried Beaver. "Playing at war? War is serious business, not for playing. My colony is in a war right now, and I'm going to be a general when I grow up. I'm going to win that war. You'll see. Oh, gosh. Sighed Builder. I sure hope you do. My colony is in a war too, and I'm so tired of it. That's why I made it a game. Games are so much less boring than warring all the time. The pieces began rapidly whirling around in Beaver's mind. Builder's colony. He's at war too. Right across the river. He realized he was talking to a beaver from the colony across the river, his sworn enemy since birth. Just then, the wind blew a gentle clearing in the fog, and the two young beavers saw each other for the first time. They could have been twins. Bright black eyes, thick tails, strong sticks, embellished with their colony colors. Builder's face broke into a broad grin. You look just like me! Scoffed Beaver. I'd say you look just like me! Builder laughed. The two regarded each other in amazement for another moment. It was the first time either of them had seen a denizen from the other colony. Builder leaned down and hefted up a perfect pebble from the riverside. Not too big, not too small. He tossed it up. With perfect timing, he swung his stick easily, and Beaver heard it crack as it met the pebble in midair and sent it winging across the water. Instinctively, Beaver reached out and caught it in his paw. Now he was accepting contraband? What would his parents say? But, upon inspection, the pebble was quite beautiful. It had a single bold red stripe around it, and it was wet from the riverside mud. His young mind decided that he would keep it. He would keep it a secret, of course, and that was all right. The denizen didn't have to know everything. The clearing and the fog began to fill with thickened air. He looked up, suddenly anxious to lose his new friend. Friend? Huh. How quickly that had happened. And there Builder was, smiling and waving. Maybe we'll play together again soon, he offered. Beaver gripped the pebble and nodded. Yes. Yes, maybe. One day. And then Builder was lost. Beaver finished his patrol and took his new experience, his pebble, and his smartly tucked stick back down to the colony. Many seasons had passed since that morning when Beaver Proudtail, all grown up, marched through the tunnels of his colony toward his audience with the denizen. Today was the day he'd been anticipating his whole life. Today, he would be made an under-general of the colony, and he'd finally have the chance to present his machine. See, the machine he envisioned was a daring one. He was prepared for pushback and doubt from the council. The longest, in particular. The longest had been the leader of the denizens for most of his life, and she was not always interested in things new or unfamiliar. Beaver's machine was both. But he believed in it, and he was determined to persevere. He rapped on the denizen chamber door. Knock, knock. Enter! He took a deep breath and pushed. My goodness, Beaver, sighed the longest, brows knitted. This machine is quite an undertaking, and you won't even tell us what it does. Yes, ma'am, Beaver nodded. It must be kept a secret, for now, but I promise it will conclusively end this war. The longest considered. Normally, I would say no. Unfamiliar can be dangerous, and outright new, well. She stroked her silver-gray whiskers. The other council members watched her reverently. But we have all seen the construction beginning on the other side of the river. We have no way of knowing what they're up to, and it would be irresponsible of us to take no action at all. They're doing something. We must do something too. Deep murmurs of assent rippled around the small stump table. And
we trust Beaver. He is our newest under-general, after all. She winked in his direction. If he believes his machine will truly and finally tip the balance of the Great War in our favor. The silence was agonizing. Beaver kept his eyes fixed on the wall just behind her head, patient. His paw unconsciously turned and returned a small pebble in his pocket, caressing along the line of a single great red stripe. Then permission is granted. Beaver let go the breath he had been holding. Whew. Begin construction as soon as you are able, Under-General. And good luck. She smiled warmly, but the burden of her long years of leadership showed through her sagging cheeks. We will be watching. Beaver smartly untucked and retucked his stick, slapped his tail once against the packed ground in assent. Yes, ma'am. Longest. I'll begin right away. He turned on his heel and marched out of the chamber. It was the first day of summer. It was going to be a long and exciting season. At first, the build crews the Longest had placed under his command were reticent. What are we building? They would complain. What does it do? When Beaver said nothing and admonished them to follow instructions, their eyes flickered nervously to the building across the river. Maybe it's something to help us fish the river, Corinth Blue Eye speculated. Did you hear? Denny Strongpaw almost got swept away yesterday. And his whole crew. He did? But Denny's the strongest fisher we have. Shelby Tunneler sighed. Ah, this river. It's so fast. Yes, yes, retorted maddened Sharptooth. But fishing will not win us the war. We must focus on the war. And the others agreed and went back to their building. Sometimes the Longest would come to check on the machine, casting her critical eye over every joint and pillar. Most often, she went back below with hardly a word to Beaver, appraising, wearing her doubt like a shawl. But as the summer season progressed, the mood began to shift. Crews would show up to their duties early. They smiled more. They stood up straighter when Beaver came by them or looked to them for progress. The machine, whatever it was taking shape, and its scale was impressive. It looked angry. It looked like the great weapon they all hoped and prayed it was. The crews began comparing their machine to the thing on the other side of the river. They even began trading barbs and joked with the beavers working on the other side. They pushed and prodded about who would finish their project first. Ours is a ship to go to the sky, and from there, we'll drop stars on you, and we'll win the war. Ha! Would come the reply. Ours is a wooden dragon, who lives under the water, who can take us safely across this speeding river, and we'll come upon you unexpectedly, and we'll win the war. Days were marked now by hard work, and the sounds of challenge ricocheting across the water. Beaver, said the Longest as she held onto his arm one day late into the summer sun, I don't need to tell you. The whole colony speaks of nothing but your machine. They are all so proud of you. Beaver nodded solemnly. Thank you, ma'am. But the season draws on. You must finish before the rains come. And then you'll have to finally tell us what this is that you've created. Beaver's paw found the lucky pebble in his pocket. Yes, ma'am, we will be done. And I will test it, and you will watch. You'll see the destruction of our enemy. The Longest squeezed his arm affectionately, and together they looked out over the setting sun and the water. And then the day came. The crew stood around the great machine, eyeing with wonder the marvel that they had built. A few beaver folk noticed how similar theirs looked to the one across the river. But that was okay, they reasoned. They had been built facing each other after all. Beaver Proudtail strode up to the front of his machine, With his well-worn stick and his powerful bearing, he cut quite a figure. Corinth Blue Eye and Shelby Tunneler stood just behind him, awaiting their orders. All right, Corinth. Beaver turned to face them. Do you have the rope? Yes, sir. Corinth turned to Shelby, who produced the end of a long length of woven rope from a basket in the base of the machine. Time to get me up there, then. With the end of the rope tied around his waist, Beaver climbed up to what looked like a large square of woven netting, pulled tightly back from its center by a thick cable. The cable was held by 4 whole crews of beaver folk, straining against the resistance of the net. The longest stood back at a safe distance, her shawl wrapped tightly around her shoulders to ward off the early autumn chill. Beaver settled himself right in the middle of the netting, at the last moment shaking his head in sudden memory. Here, he said to Shelby, and handed her his precious stick. I'll be back for this. Back? Queried Shelby. Ready, crews! Shouted Beaver. Ready under General! Came the chorused reply. And loose! At their cue, the crews simultaneously released their hold on the cabling, and the netting rocketed forward, launching Beaver Proudtail out into the air. Great river! They cried in consternation and shock. What? Where is he gone? Is he all right? Oh, what have we done? The confusion was so great that not even the longest could restore order. Minutes passed before another shape came sailing over the river from the other side, to plop safely and squarely into the center of the net. It was Beaver. He had the same square head, and the same rope wrapped securely around his waist. Good log! What a ride! That's the most fun I've had in weeks, said the shape in the net. He began to disentangle himself and stand up. And it wasn't Beaver after all. The royal of the crews was instant and a bit frightening. Who is this? Who are you? They cried, and the longest shouted at the top of her lungs, Detain the stranger! The crews pulled him down from the net, and the stranger never stopped smiling, greeting them warmly, even patting some of the beaver folk on the back. He looked just like Beaver. But Beaver never smiled like that. Beaver hardly smiled at all, come to think of it. I can understand your confusion, said the stranger genially. Beaver and I looked so much alike, even when we were kids. My name is Builder. Builder Jumpfoot. When no reply or greeting was forthcoming, Builder went on. I'm from the colony across the river. Oh, the silence was absolute. Across the river? How was that possible? Was he a weapon? Where was Beaver? How were they ever to get him back? Builder just smiled, absolutely at his ease, seemingly pleased as punch to be among all these new friends. And into this silence sailed the figure of Beaver, a new rope tied around his waist. There were now 3 lines of thick rope across the river. Beaver landed expertly in the center of the net, untied his waist rope, and climbed down. You are Builder? Beaver reached out his paw to the stranger. And you could only be Beaver, the stranger exclaimed, gripping that paw warmly with his own. I am Builder indeed, and it has been the dream of my life to finally meet you like this, in the daylight, on the same soil. Mine as well, my friend. Beaver, for the first time in his life, allowed himself a great, eye-crinkling smile. I almost can't believe it worked. Now, wait just a minute, trilled the longest, making her slow path down to the machine. What on Riverbank is happening here? We are at war, Beaver. And Builder, too. You both should know better. Beaver, you promised us that your machine would win the war, and here you have brought the enemy you promised to destroy right to the mouth of our colony tunnel. Beaver turned to the longest with an open face. Yes, ma'am, I did. I believe you'll agree, though, that I have won the war. We have all won the war. Because the war is over. The longest stared. The machines that we have built will allow us to become not 2 colonies at war, but a single colony, united. The machines are designed to dam this river, ma'am, offered Builder. I believe you have the same dangers with fishing and swimming that we do. That you have never crossed it? The crews cackled at the absurdity of ever crossing this raging river. We have no need to fight the river now, you see? Builder continued. We sail above it. Just as a single pebble did, long ago, whispered Beaver. Builder smiled. We have already carried 3 great ropes from side to side between us, and it will be short work to have a whole net built across the river. Once the river is dammed, it will be a still pond, stocked with all the fish we could ever need. Calm enough for us and our kits to play in.
I hate to interrupt our story time. It's a very cute, like, story of joy. We put aside our differences, but I'd like to point out, beavers are herbivores. They don't eat fish. I had to break the moment. I had to break the moment just because it's... Beavers are herbivores. They don't fish.
We will be a great community. The first colonies to ever cross water. The first ingenious constructors in the history of us. The crews were open-mouthed. Their paws hung still at their sides as they realized the magnitude of what they had accomplished. But would it truly be good, as they said? Who was really to say how this great feat would be remembered? The longest took a deep, rattling breath. I can see why you did not tell us at first, Beaver, the true purpose of your machine. She glanced at him sidelong. I surely would have said no. Nothing this daring has ever even been attempted before, let alone under the mask of subterfuge. Beaver looked up at her, suddenly a very young kit again in his heart. Yes, that is true, ma'am. I have won the war. I have won by making it go away. We have all won it. By making friends out of old enemies. Ma'am. Mother. Do you like it? The longest looked fondly on her son. Her serious and guarded and daring and wonderful son. Yes, child. I have never been more proud of anyone. Builder guffawed and began to dance around, slapping Beaver brazenly and companionably on his back. Beaver stood solemn, quiet, a gentle smile tickling the corners of his mouth, satisfied. It was, as they had promised, quick work to dam the river. Beaver and Builder were excellent guides, and the crew from both sides of the river proved naturally adept and joyous in their work. Before the autumn settled in, a great still pool existed between the 2 colonies, kits splashing and playing and parents fishing safely. Denny Strongpaw, the best fisher in the fast water, turned out to be the best fisher in still water too, much to his delight. And very early each morning, Beaver Proudtail still crept quietly from the colony and performed his morning rounds. He had never missed a day. But now, his favorite part of his patrol was seeing Builder Jumpfoot across the water and batting a very specific, very lucky, red striped pebble back and forth.
That's a really nice story. Peace and love forever.
That's just it. Thanks for listening all the way through. Good night, buddy.
Woo. I mean, cute story and all, nice, but... Well, I guess we're calling the episode there because I thought we'd have a whole nother day of stuff and then, half an hour later. Okay. I talk to him again tomorrow night? Is he... I guess that's a question for the next recording. Woo. I mean, it's not that it's bad, right? Like, yeah, it's a cute story and hooray, like, and a good message. Like, put aside differences, especially when you don't even like, you know, let old grudges go. Like, yeah, right, good morals, good story, but yeah, just that, yeah. All right, well, I'll see you next time for more of that, question mark, and more of Hero Pete hitting us with tennis balls, and yeah, I guess that evens out.
No! Jean-Louis' lack of cultural knowledge about the great native nations of North America. It is his undoing. Again!